Hi, I'm Stefan, the BMW DIY guy. Do you want the ability to customize your screens and options in your car beyond what BMW allows you to do? I'll show you how. All right, y'all, so let's talk through this project a little bit and the reasons why you probably want to do this yourself. Now, for all of the technology in our cars and all of the software, there's some options that BMW has just missed, or they've made it to be multiple button pushes, or things that should have been associated together, or options you should have had. So, great example. Do you want to start up in sport mode? Do you want to start up in sport mode with your traction control at a certain level? Would you like to, when you press your M1, M2 buttons, would you like other things to happen than the few limited choices that BMW gives you? Now, one of the ones I am really looking forward to is when I press my M1 and M2 button, my M2 is set for, well, send it mode, right? Sport plus everything, set to absolutely everything. That is I want maximum performance out of my car, but I also want my sport display, but I've got to reach down and press the button to get the sport display onto my gauges. I don't know why BMW didn't include that as an option. It's a simple thing from a software point of view, and they just didn't do it. Now, the canDO module is amazing. So this is the brand new canDO Plus. The link for this will be in the video description below. This is a 5-minute install. It's a 10-minute install if you have an automatic. I'm going to walk you through this really easily, and this is such a cool option to add into your car. Now, make sure to watch the follow-up video where I walk through how you use the module and everything else. This is just the 3 to 5 minute install to walk you through it all. Let's jump into the car. All right, y'all, so here in the car, so let's walk through some of the basic disassembly here. And there's going to be a difference between the manual and the automatic, and I'll talk you through the automatic and show you the manual here, obviously. So starting out the same, this black plastic piece here, you just basically just pull it back on it enough to get a little bit of an edge in between, stick a plastic trim tool in, gently pry, and then this piece will come back and away. Now with the manual, go ahead and just pull up, get your plastic trim tool underneath, and then you can take the surround and just pull it up and out of the way. With the manual, all you need to do is really, you just need to get your fingers underneath this, just like that, as I'm doing this one-handed. And this whole piece comes off and away, just like that. Very simple. But if you're following this with an automatic instead of a manual, let me walk you through it because it is a little bit different. So let me lock this back down in place so you get just a little bit of a sense of the difference. Now, in the automatic, your outer carbon fiber here is a trim piece. It looks similar. It's a trim piece that goes around your shifter assembly, which is held down instead. In this case, this all comes up. In the automatic, your buttons and everything else are all part of one assembly. So there's some back edges right here. Now, you can also use this for the manual as well. You can see this loop, get in between the loop and the plastic here and pry up gently. Once this starts to come up, and it's going to be on the exact same fingers, and I'll show you the fingers. It looks like these. It looks like these same plastic with metal tabs on the end, right? Now, the fundamental difference, though, is they walk all the way around the outside on an automatic, and you can tip it up, but you'll feel it be locked right in the center. Now, this is where I can only speak to it, and I can't show you. I'm sorry. But you have a locking tab right here in the center that goes down in with 3 little flanges on it. And I can only describe it to you since I can't show you. I know a lot of people who break that flange because, the rest will hold it down. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe you don't care if it's broken. I don't know why BMW made it so nuts. But basically what you end up having to do, there's 3 locking tabs. There's a loop locking tab right in the middle with little arms on each side. So basically once you get this partially lifted up like this, you're going to take a very thin plastic trim tool or a very thin bladed screwdriver to slide along until you hit in the center where that tab is. Find the little finger and press it in, right? And that'll get it partially undone. Then you're going to come out at it from the other side as well. Walk your way down, press in that little tab, but that's only 2 out of the 3. And then you're going to have to take usually a very small bladed flat screwdriver, come in flat, kind of feel around, get in between the plastic and press in the center tab to get the trim to come up and away. At that point, your entire outer surround will come off. It is not uncommon to break that tab or break one of the arms on that tab. In addition, if you just decide just to break the whole tab off, be careful, because if you pry up on this too hard and you flex from both sides, you can crack your carbon fiber in the middle, and that would be a huge, huge bummer. Okay, so with the manual, you can just tuck this down and around, and as you can see, the plug right here for our iDrive is right here. You're just going to excuse me, unplug that. With the automatic, once your trim is off, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 T20s. You can pull out all of those T20s, and then this whole assembly will lift up and away, and you can tip it, and again, you can get to the iDrive cable. Super, super simple. So in this case, obviously with the manual, I can just tip this up out of the way. You have unplugged your iDrive controller. You take it and you plug it into the cable for the new canDO box. You plug the Y into the bottom of your iDrive, and then you plug it into your canDO box. I've put this down in this nice little gap right here. I've backed it with some 3M adhesive, so it sticks down really nicely. There's no rattles, no issues. Super, super simple. If you have a manual, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to pull out those 4 screws. You're going to lift the whole assembly up, tip it over so you can get to the iDrive cable, swap in the new canDO cable, secure your box, and then you can put it all back together. The install on this is very, very simple, very, very quick, and the automatic would be as fast as the manual if it didn't have that center clip right in front. Okay, so once you have that installed, go ahead and just put it all right back together in the same order. So obviously in my case, just pull the surround back up. Here, I'm going to set the trim back down into place. Just press it down really nicely, which I'm a little out of alignment right now, but just simply just press it back down like that. Nice and easy. Put your trim back into place, take your back trim, snap it up, and you're all good to go, and your install is done. Well done. All right, guys, so normally I say clean up and put your tools away, but it's probably a plastic trim tool or maybe a T20 screwdriver. Super easy. All right, so make sure to check out my follow-up video where I'm gonna walk you through how to use the new canDO Plus device. It has a web UI, it has its own built-in Wi-Fi, it has a ton of options. This is such a cool device, and I cannot wait to walk you through it. I can't wait to have it in my car. So make sure to check that out. Everything you need will be listed in the video description below, so make sure to look there. But in addition, while you're there, please make sure to click like and subscribe. It makes a big difference to my channel. It honestly does. And that way you get notifications of upcoming events, new car reviews, more DIYs like this, you name it. I have a ton of content coming. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on my next project.